Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's been 5 months since my last video, and honestly, I didn't think I was going to make another video until the end of summer, but here we are. So between then and now, a lot has changed. For one, I graduated high school and I'll be transitioning into college. Two, I took two college classes. I took Calculus 2 and Calculus 3, and I passed them, of course. So that's all great. But that's besides the point. Today's video topic is going to be the digital swirl engine and how it was outsourced. This isn't a personal attack on the creators. It's just me talking passionately about how I don't really like the direction some of these games are going for. It's more quantity over quality, and I feel like it kind of damages the image of the game. And not only that, I've seen a lot of people saying that the game is like perfect, is better than some of the official games, and you know, at least now I don't really like saying that at all, especially for Roblox games. So I'm going to give my 2 cents into it, but this is more of like a criticism, like constructive criticism, rather than me like being toxic like I was a couple years ago. So hopefully you enjoy this. If you don't see it the same way I do, then that's on you. Thank you. Let's get started. The first Roblox Sonic game that uses the digital swirl in this video I'll be talking about is called Sonic Exem. Me personally, this is one of the games that I don't really like that much, and I'll list a couple reasons. First things first, when it comes to the UI and the HUD, I feel like it's weird that it looks like a kindergartner drew this. Not saying it's like bad, it depends on the game's aesthetic, but here it just doesn't match. It looks off. It's not even the fact that I don't know, it's just the fact that I don't really like it. Like, it does not match the game and it does not look good at all. Some of the other games do this too, which I'll talk about later, but I really don't like this approach. It looks really just cheap. Secondly, the map that we're running around in. Now, currently, as of right now, I don't really know if this is going to be a map in the game or a stage in the game, but it looks cheap. It almost looks like a free model. I'm not going to say it is a free model or not, but me personally right now, I just don't really like it. Like, it looks off. It looks like a free model. And something else that I found weird is that the bumpers, the springs and the dash panels, all of that stuff, it looks cheap. It looks so off. It makes no sense. And I don't really like saying stuff like this because it kind of comes off as rude. But for a game like this that uses the digital swirl engine, it just looks completely off, and I do not like that at all. This game, it controls okay. It's definitely been modified from the digital swirl, and you can tell by the running animation, the fact that you kind of gain speed much slower than you normally would have, even compared to the other games. But I just don't like the way this game is approached. The map is large, which is cool. You can run around, sort of have fun. But when it comes to the build quality, just the quality overall, it goes straight down the hill, and that is the reason why I heavily dislike Sonic Exem. The only thing that I would say that's cool about this game is the model and the logo, but other than that, I'm not really rocking with Sonic Exem. The second game on our list is called Sonic Rising Chaos, and I have a few problems with this game. First things first, when it comes to the model itself, it looks fine. In fact, I think the model looks pretty decently, but it's just the animations that are paired with this model that makes it look really weird. For instance, your idle animation is supposed to be replicating the Sonic Adventure pose, and I mean, who doesn't want to replicate that? I love the Sonic Adventure pose, but the main problem is that since it's not animated correctly, you just look strange. And I feel like sometimes people undermine animations, but it really wraps the game together because it just produces a better and more aesthetically pleasing game. With this here, not only is the idle animation weird, but the running animation, even before you reach your max speed, it looks like you're moving like a robot, like you're not fluid. And that's something I find so weird with this game, is because you're just stiff like a robot. Look at the way you're standing in your idle animation. I don't like that at all. Other than that, there's not really much else to talk about this game. I think the UI looks good. It's not drawn by a kindergartner, for God's sake. But, you know, there's not really much because these games don't really have that much substance. There is a level here, but the level is really bland. And I'm talking about, like, when you're looking at the level itself, not the fact that it's a linear level, because of course it's replicating frontiers, but the level itself looks really bland. In the beginning, it's given a lot of character with all these pillars around you. But once you get to the middle part of the stage, they disappear and it's just an empty void, an empty white void you're running through. And while this wouldn't be a problem, I feel like the game can just look better if there's just more effort put into how it looks, because obviously with the digital swirl, it's going to control well. So that's not a problem, but I don't know, the game could just look better. And something else that I found weird is that the grind wells were really botched. It looks like, in fact, it plays like one of those early Roblox Sonic games where they put dash panels on the grind rails and then call it a day. It just looks cheap, it comes off as cheap, and I'm not really rocking with this game. I feel like there can be much more done for it to look better, play better, and all of that. And it's not even the fact that it's playing badly or anything. It's just the fact that it's not really aesthetically pleasing looking, if you catch my drift. But yeah, so Sonic, I was about to say Kyle for some reason. But Sonic Rising Chaos, I'm not really rocking with this one either. This one is okay. I'm not really rocking with this. The third game we will be talking about is called Sonic Exploit, and this is one game that I actually just do not like. So right off the bat, something I want to mention is the fact that the model is not in HD. The reason why this is a problem is because whenever you port it to Roblox, it does not look good, and it's the fact that it doesn't match the environment it's in. And I know it's a bit weird for me to say that because it's just a base plate, but when models that are not in HD are ported to Roblox, it just does not look good. Like something like this, it does not look good. Even the jump ball is, I believe, from SA1. It just looks weird, and I feel like if a creator is going to port over models that aren't in HD, they might as well make the whole game not in HD to have some sort of nostalgia effect or something. But here it just looks weird. Something else that I do have to mention is the fact that whenever you hit one of the item boxes, the illustration literally looks like it's from a kindergartner. And like I said in Sonic Exem, the part with Sonic Exem, I just hate the way this looks because it does not match the game. It doesn't match the game's aesthetic. And even besides the aesthetic, it just does not look good at all. It looks so weird and so strange. Other than that, the UI looks okay. I mean, it's pretty bland, but nothing crazy. But right now, I don't really like this game that much. I even feel like it kind of controls a little weird, and especially because of the animation too. It looks stiff. It looks like a robot. But overall, I don't think this game is like horrendous or something. I just don't really like the approach it's going for. Like, that's just it. Like, at the end of the day, no matter what I say, just take this away from this video. I just don't like the way some of these games, their approach is. It's just off, and I don't know. I feel like when it comes to the digital swirl and even any engine, a lot can be done better. You can modify it to your own thing, but I feel like this is a downgrade. The last game we'll be talking about is called Sonic Beyond Ultimate, and personally, in my opinion, just right off the bat, I think this game is just mid. The reason why I say that is because it is just the digital swirl engine and not really anything else. This game doesn't really have a lot of substance, and that's really my main problem with it. It controls as it should. Acceleration, homing attack, spin dash, all of that works here. But when it comes down to the game's identity, I feel like it just doesn't have any. It's just the digital swirl engine, but with a different title, Beyond Ultimate. And nothing's really wrong with this. I mean, if you liked it, that's cool. But honestly, that's my problem with a lot of these digital swirl games, is that there's nothing new with them. They're all the same thing, and they all just are different because of the title and possibly the art style. But here, even in this game, there isn't really that much of an art style. It's just different models compacted in a test area, and then boom, there you have it. That's my main problem with this game, and that's the reason why I'm not really too crazy on this, because it's just an ordinary game on here. And I've been seeing a lot of people just say so much good stuff about this game, and that's to good reason, because I can see why somebody would say that. But once you've been playing a lot of the digital swirl engine games, you'll notice that there's not really that much different with them, and you'll notice that it's almost like the sound engine days, where nothing was really changed and it was just an empty base plate. That's what I feel about this game, and that's the reason why I feel like the digital swirl engine should not have been open source, because when it was not open source, that can open up for many more unique opportunities for Roblox Sonic games. Here, all of them have the basic playing field. They're all on the same playing field, which is a good thing, but at the same time, what you can get from another game, you can get here, and vice versa. that's the reason why I don't really mess with these games, and that's the reason why they're just not my cup of tea. Anyway though, thank you guys for watching this video. I know it's been a while since it has been 5 months, but hey, let me do my stuff. You know, I'm still a person with a life and all of that, but yeah, I do hope to get out a little bit more videos before I head off to college. But yeah, that's basically what we got for now. But once again, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.